So guys, welcome back to another video. Yeah, another one. I'm actually keeping this upload streak going. It's probably the most consistent I've been since probably FIFA 15, which is pretty mad. So your guys' support, your continued support is muchly appreciated. Anyway, today I have a 100k squad for you guys. Pretty much, I just found a few players in my club who I've been wanting to try. So I got them all together and I put them into a hybrid, and the end result was a pretty solid team that you can pick up for around 100k. But I have to point out, as is the case with most teams, it is more expensive on PlayStation than it is on Xbox, so do be aware of that before going out and buying it. Before we get into things, if you could leave a like on the video, that would be awesome. Let's smash well over 250 likes, and also remember to leave a comment letting me know about the teams you're using at the moment, and if you know of a standout player that I should build a team around. So we'll be running with the 4-3-2-1 formation for this team, and you'll notice I'm using different formations in every squad builder I do at the moment, as I'm still trying to find a formation that I feel fully confident in. I'm currently favouring the 4-2-3-1, both variations, but I did like the 4-3-2-1. It's great for counter-attack players. I don't think it's as, overpowered as it was in last FIFA, but hey, that's just my opinion. You should also leave a comment letting me know what formation you're currently favouring. I think that's enough rambling for now, so yeah, without further ado, let me introduce you to the team. Right, so here is the back line. In net, we've got Charles, aka Joe Hart. Zappacosta and Roussillon are in the full-back roles, and the two centre-halves are Le Marchand and Mike Smalling. We shall start off by talking about Joseph Charles Hart, who, before I'd used him, I'd been told by many people that he was like Butland was in FIFA 17, and I have to say, when using Hart, he impressed me a lot. He's a solid keeper, especially considering his price, because he's pretty cheap. But if you don't want to use him, you can pretty much use any English Premier League goalkeeper. At right back, we've got one of my favourites in the game, Zappacosta. If you've not used him yet, pick him up and try him out. He's awesome. The high work rates fit a fullback perfectly this year, in my opinion, so do not let the work rates put you off. His pace is good, and as a whole, look at his card. It's pretty well rounded, and once again, for his price, he is an absolute bargain. The right centre-back is Mike Smalling, a man who we all know a lot about in Ultimate Team due to him normally being incredibly overpowered. Now I will say, he's not as good as he was in FIFA 17, however, he's still brilliant. 6'4", good work rates, great strength and solid defending, great card. Le Marchand is in the left centre-back role, and like I've said in previous squad builders, I do like a left-footed centre-back on the left side, in the left centre-back slot. I think that makes sense. And this man, he fits the bill perfectly. He probably is one of the best discard price centre-backs you can buy in the game as well. He's got good work rates, great pace, and his defensive stats are pretty good considering his overall rating. Jerome Roussillon is at left back, and I was going to get this guy anyway due to his pace, but then I saw he had high work rates as well, and I thought, well, that's a bonus. He's definitely in the team. And as a whole, this defence was just awesome. It's the cheapest part of the team, and I have to say, it was pretty overpowered. So now let's move on and have a look who's playing in midfield. From right to left, we've got Liverpool's Emre Can, the Shark team's Yaya Toure, and Nice midfielder Sane. And as a whole, that's a pretty solid and well-rounded midfield. So, we'll go from left to right this time. We've got Seri. What a card you have. Luckily, I packed him in a 2-player pack, and his card is just ridiculously good. So well rounded, he's great in game as well, he's just running constantly up and down the field, and he is very good in both defence and attack. Yaya Toure is occupying the central role, and once again, it's another player that I got from a 2-player pack, and at 6'2", he does add some good height to the middle of the field, and just like the other midfield guys, great looking card. He's an awesome passer of the ball, he's incredibly strong, and he is a very good set piece taker, which is something that I probably should add to most squad builders, because sometimes when I make teams, I forget about a set piece taker. In this one, I didn't. Emre Can is the final midfielder, and you already know he's overpowered. He's so good. Him and Seri are both absolute workhorses in midfield. Two players with high work rates, battling hard throughout the game, and they are constantly both up and down the field, which I really liked about them. The midfield as a whole, it was brilliant. I recommend all three for your teams, and to be honest, it's not actually that expensive considering what you're getting. So it's time for the attack. We have Karim Bellarabi, Timo Werner and Leroy Sane. We'll start with Bellarabi, who I have to say surprised me. He contributed a lot more than I expected him to, and out of the three up top, when I first created the team, he was the one I expected the least from, but he was great and it surprised me how good he was in that right forward role, and he's pretty cheap too. Leroy Sane is on the left edge. Now he's one of the players that actually made the team around, as I was sick of coming up against Sane and just getting destroyed by him, so I had to try him out myself and I was not disappointed at all, and I do have a player review of him going up at some point in the future, so if you want a more in-depth opinion on Leroy Sane, check out that video when it is out. But as a whole, as a left forward, I thought he was great. And up top, we've got Timo Werner leading the line, and what a shift he put in. He was clinical for me. The whole front three were just scoring for fun in some games, and they just seem to work so well together. So as a trio up top, I recommend all three pretty highly, especially Sane and Werner. But apart from that, that is the team. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. But for now, we're going to get into some gameplay and we'll talk more about the team's performance. Right then, so the first team I came up against was a pretty overpowered Premier League team. It's obviously nothing too special, but there are some very good players in there, like Sanchez, Wijnaldum, Kahn, Smalling, Izquierdo and also Wilson. It's just a pretty cheap, overpowered side. And we do not get off to the best start at all. I was still getting used to the formation at this point. As you can see, massively overcommit with Chris Smalling. Huge mistake on my part, and he takes full advantage and gets the goal. It did take me a bit of time to get used to the formation, but as soon as I did, the attack just seemed so deadly. As you can see, Bellarabi plays through Werner, and look at Werner, the strength, the balance, the finesse to put the ball in the back of the net despite being under quite a bit of pressure. And as you can see, he did make some subs in this game. He brought on Icon Ferdinand, which I assume is a loan, and also Lanzini. But as you can see, look at this, huge break, huge chance, and Timo Werner is not missing that. It's going to be 2-1 just after the hour mark, and Werner is going to do the rugby celebration in the corner, and that's how the game ends, at 2-1. Game number 2 is actually against a viewer, so if you guys want to play me for future squad builders, just send me a tweet and we'll try and sort out a game if I'm free. And as you can see, my opponent has a pretty good Premier League team. However, he did have a silver right back that I was keen to take advantage of, and we do early on. Nice ball from Werner to Sane, and Sane is going to whip it into the back stick, and Bellarabi is pretty much going to put it straight at Heaton, who just like chests it into the back of the net, so not great from Heaton there. But straight away, similar tactic, Sane and Werner linking up well, and Sane gets goal number 2 just after the half-hour mark. However, it wasn't going to be plain sailing. After half-time, he puts through a through ball with Mohamed Salah, and Vardy gets on the outside of Le Marchand, and yeah, he slots it home past Joe Hart, making it 2-1. And then a few moments later, long ball again is completely under our defence. Mohamed Salah is going to whip the ball in. We fail to clear it well, and Mane picks it up and puts it in the back of the net. And that player of the month, Mane, is deadly if you give him opportunities like that. The pressure at this point was building, so you know we had to defend well and we had to use the counter-attack and use it well, and that is one thing that I said this formation is good for. And as you can see here, on the counter-attack, we've got our attacking trio all running upfield, but it's Bellarabi who's going to take the spoils and put the ball in the back of the net. 77th minute, but still more goals were to come. I think at this point he'd gone attacking, so we had to take advantage of that. Timo Werner puts through the ball to Sane. He's got round the outside of the wing back, and this is actually a really good finish just on the edge of the box. And look at that, top corner pretty much from Leroy Sane's left foot. Like I said, I think he's all out attack at this point. Timo Werner takes advantage of an overcommitting defender. He's going to get around Koscielny, pull it back again, and then whip it in. And this is actually a pretty nice goal as a whole. Bellarabi gets another, and thus the game ends 5-2. So pretty solid performance in both games. So that is the team. I will actually have some individual player reviews out on some of the players who feature in the side coming out in the next week or so. I'm not sure what day yet, but we'll see what day they come out, so do look out for them. But for the squad as a whole, I thought it was absolutely solid, and for 100k, I actually think it's really good value for money. You've got a pacey attack who can score plenty of goals, and you can either choose to like attack out wide and cross it in, or go through the middle using through balls. You've got an absolutely stacked midfield full of incredibly well-rounded centre mids, and the defence is a pretty solid backline with an OP keeper and net, so there's a lot to like in this team. One thing I probably should mention is I actually bought this team on a Friday before Weekend League, and the total cost at that time came to just under 100k. So what that means is this team is probably even cheaper now when you're watching this than it was last week, which makes this team much better value for money in my opinion. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it. We're coming to the end of the video now. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please remember to leave a like on the video. Make sure to leave a comment, let me know if you've tried any of the players that featured in the squad and how they were for you. And also in the comments, let me know if there's any players that you want me to try and build a squad around. And who knows, maybe I'll do a squad builder on it. Anyway, like I said, if you could leave a like, that'd be awesome. Remember to leave a comment, and thanks for watching. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.